back in the PlayStation 1 era, we'd always buy the official PlayStation magazine and play through the demo disc. Now, one of the games I played, I played through it, finished the demo, and immediately shut it off and had to go get the game because it was so good. And that game was Kagero Deception 2. It's a really, really unique game. Actually, well, there's actually 4 games in the series, but it's really not like anything else I've ever played. It's kind of a strategy game, but basically the story is you're this character named Millennia, who is, well, it's horrible art on the cover, but you're this character Millennia, and as a child she's kidnapped and then brainwashed by a group of immortal beings called Timenoids, and they kind of train her to think that humans are bad, and they want her to help them destroy humans, and the way they do this is through the use of traps. Now, they don't train her in like swords or fisticuffs or anything, just because they don't want her revolting against them and destroying them. So she's only able to set traps for enemies in the game, and you have 3 different traps. You have a floor trap, a ceiling trap, and a wall trap. And by using different combinations of these traps, you can defeat any enemies that happen to wander into the mansion or castle or whatever. In addition to that, there's room elements as well. There's like electric chairs, there's like buzz saws, and you can trap your enemy in water and then electrify the water, and that way, or you can roll a boulder into a pillar and that pillar will fall on the enemy, or you can spring them into a fireplace. There's just all sorts of things you can do, and it's a really brutal, sadistic game. It's a lot of fun though, and if you use the traps effectively enough, you gain a lot of arc, which is the game's currency, and by using like different combinations of traps and stuff, you get more arc, and also by using the room hazards, you get more as well. In addition to that, you get bonuses for not getting hit, which is kind of tricky to do because this game was out before analog controls were really the norm. So controlling a character in a 3D environment with just the D-pad, it feels a little clunky at times. It's still definitely playable though. Like, I can still enjoy this quite a bit. After you defeat all the enemies in a certain chapter, there's 25 chapters altogether, you'll get taken to like a data screen which shows like how many enemies you killed. You can see more detailed things like how exactly they were killed, and then it'll show you your bonuses for not taking damage and for effectively using traps, and then it'll have all your arc down there. And then after that, you get taken to a menu screen which will allow you to save your game. You can make new traps, and to make new traps you need to spend some of your arc. And there's actually like branching paths with the traps, so like if you choose one over here, you open up 2 options over here, or you can go on this side and you'll open up 2 other options that way. And as I said, the controls are a little clunky, but you do get used to them pretty quickly. And you'll have to, because the enemies at the beginning of the game, they start off really easy, they're really slow, they're kind of dumb. But eventually you get enemies that can run quite fast at you. They can charge in a straight line. There's even some like ninjas that can warp into a room, which can be frustrating at times. When you expect them to come through a door and all of a sudden they're warping right next to you. Graphics in this game, it's a PlayStation 1 game. If you're fine with PlayStation 1 games, you should be fine with this one. It's certainly not like anything up to like Final Fantasy 8 or 9 standards, but it's definitely not like the worst looking PlayStation 1 game. So, graphics are definitely passable. The music in this game is excellent. I'm not sure who composed it, but it's a really dark soundtrack that fits the mood of the game perfectly. And altogether, there's 4 different endings in the game. You'll have to do certain things certain ways to open up certain endings, and when you unlock each ending you get special bonus traps that will be added to your inventory for the next playthrough. And by completing all 4 endings you get a a super special trap. I haven't done that. I've only gotten 2 endings so far, but you know, that's pretty cool though that they encourage, you know, replay value and stuff. And it takes about, I don't know, I'd say about 10 to 15 hours to go through the game the first time. After that, it'll probably take you like between like 5 and 8 hours. So it's not extremely long, but it feels like there's a lot there because there's 25 chapters, and you know, there's just a lot to play around with. There's like over 40 different traps you can use, and you know, just tons of combinations. So yeah, I mean, I think this is one of the PlayStation 1's hidden gems. If you haven't checked it out, definitely pick it up because it's a great game, pretty unique, and if you want to get this, it's going to run you probably between like $15 and $30, but it's well worth it in my opinion. And yeah, there's not much more I can say about it. Excellent game. Go pick it up. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.